Hello, and welcome to today's video on high altitude investing. Today is going to be about how to trade Pascalcoin and pretty much any new coin that's added to Poloniex. Just some tips, some tricks that I've learned over the years. When I see all of these new coins getting listed in, I've been trading long enough that I kind of know what happens generally, and I've figured out a couple things that can help you guys know what to do when a new coin comes in, whether to buy yet or, whether it's just a pump and dump and, all that kind of stuff. So that's what today's video is about, but specifically Pascalcoin because it was just added maybe yesterday. I think it was added yesterday. So yeah, my name's Dallin Anderson, by the way, and I have a tip jar right here. If you guys liked this video, you guys can go ahead and donate in Bitcoin. I also have some altcoins and Bitcoin addresses in my description below if you would like to donate in those. So let's just get right into this here, and let me switch to Poloniex. Okay, so let's make sure that's working. Yep. Okay, we're golden here. Now, as you can see, Pascalcoin is up 255% today, 257 actually, and it has 11,000 Bitcoin in volume. And if you don't know how much Bitcoin that is, or how much US dollar that is in Bitcoin, that's pretty significant. So let's just go ahead and calculate that real quick. 11,294. This is 24-hour volume too. So then we times that by the current price of Bitcoin, which is 898. So that means that we've had 10 million US dollars equivalency go into Pascalcoin in the last 24 hours. That's a lot of volume, especially for a new coin, that's just barely been added. Now, most of the new coins recently, back, in the early days of my Poloniex trading, it would be insane if it got over 1,000 Bitcoin in volume. But now, every day we have coins that average 1,000 Bitcoin in volume. So it's pretty neat to see this coin go up to 11,000 Bitcoin in volume in the 24 hours. But that's not the point of this video, just something I wanted to point out, because volume is good. Volume adds volatility, and when there's a lot of volatility in a market, you can make a lot of money trading it. Today I made $11 off of 0.01 Bitcoin, which isn't a lot. I was just doing small trades on Pascal, and I'm pretty happy with my returns. My friend, I manage an account for my friend, and I actually traded his up like almost $200 just off Pascal today. So there's a lot of money to be made off of these coins that just barely get added. I saw somebody in the troll box say that anything that gets added to Poloniex turns to gold, and he's right. A lot of these coins that get added to Poloniex just have significant runs in value. Zcash is really the only one that just downtrended a whole bunch when it got added. Now, so the first thing I want to talk about is you want to research the coin. So as soon as Poloniex has this little notices right here, Pasc has been added, and it gives you the date that it was added, which was yesterday. As soon as that happens, you want to start getting information about this coin. Poloniex likes to pick coins that have a lot of potential, and so you can just already assume that it's probably going to be a good investment, but that's not always the case. So I like to do some research beforehand. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. one of my favorite websites is coinmarketcap.com, and you can just go here and type in the currency name right here in the search bar, and it will pull it up, and it will give you a website, the block explorer, and its rank, and whether it's mineable, and if it's an asset or a currency. And this one is a currency. So, you know, those are just really good things to know, especially the mineable. And I'll talk about that here in just a second. But the available supply is extremely important. There can be a ton of volume and all that good jazz, and if the available supply grows quicker than the volume and interest in the coin, then it will downtrend in value. But let's see here. Yeah, so you want to really pay attention to the available supply. So I like to click on the website first off, check out their website. I like to look at the quality of their website. And with Pascalcoin, their website looks pretty nice. It could use some improvement, but it's also a very, very new release. So I completely understand the fact that their website looks pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Unfinished, you know. It's got a little work. I'm sure they'll do updates on it, but like you can see the blurry Pascal thing here. It was done pretty quickly. But there's a lot of good information about this on their website. You go to the About page. This is just pascalcoin.org, by the way. And this is the About page. And you can go to the frequently asked questions about Pascal coins, what's the main difference between Pascal and other cryptocurrencies. So you kind of get a feel for what this technology brings to the table, which is important because if it's not anything, you know, significantly advanced or unique, then it probably won't keep up to the competition inside of the cryptocurrency community, because these coins are constantly being developed and there's new ideas and new things around them. So the technology really has to be unique and kind of a breakthrough to keep up with this very, very fast moving cryptocurrency and evolving market. So this one, the main difference between this one is it kind of feels like a bank. They say in a bank you have ordinal account numbers and on each account you have a transaction ledger. In Pascalcoin it's called a payload. Pascalcoin is basically the same concept, but the difference is everybody who has a wallet is a P2P node, so peer-to-peer. And the account safe box is synchronized with other nodes. So it's impossible to attack the database because all the nodes have the database included. Also, blockchain technology and cryptography, ensures that your accounts are safe. So it's basically like based on the way that a banking system works, and they've just implemented blockchain and peer-to-peer technology to keep those funds safe. So it's more decentralized, you know, the whole idea there. Is Pascalcoin anonymous? Let's look at this one. It's anonymous as other cryptos like Bitcoin and major altcoins. Pascal wasn't designed to be more anonymous than Bitcoin, just easier to use and easier to understand. Other altcoins claim to be anonymous. Perhaps they are more difficult to control. But no doubt everything that happens in the real world, for example, exchanging a crypto coin for fiat money, is not anonymous. If you want to stay anonymous forever, you're better to trade with fiat and only fiat money, saving it at your home. You know, I don't really yes, it is true that it's not anonymous if you change crypto for fiat, unless you have somebody you know that wants to buy crypto off you, or vice versa. So if you have somebody else you know and it's just a cash transaction and you give them the Bitcoin or whatever crypto, that is anonymous, or at least for the most part. Okay, so Pascal coin was created in May 2016, so it's been developed for just under a year now. It's the first altcoin designed to work without a historical operations requirement, yet is still able to control double spending or check balance. Now, you can go ahead and research into that a little bit deeper, but that is the main factor in Pascal coin that does make it unique. So that's kind of its selling point, right? Another important thing to look at, and this is on the Bitcoin Talk forums. So I recommend whenever a new currency comes out, besides just checking on their website and reading what you can there, I would go to the Bitcoin Talk forums and read up the posts on here, because there's usually a little bit more detail, and sometimes the detail is diversified among their different websites of information. So I like to come here and check on it. So there's no pre-mine, there's no early investment firms. You can't get into this coin early and get a cheaper price on the coin, and so that makes for 100% fair distribution. Another cool thing about Pascal coin is its addresses. So if I wanted to remember a Bitcoin address, I would have to sit there and over repeat the address continuously and remember capitals, and it's just hard to remember a string of digits like that, a string of digits and letters, when a Pascal account is actually really small. It's just 1, 2, it's just a small string of numbers with another mini string at the end. So that is another good selling point, because it makes it very easy for people to send money, even if it's like an account number at your bank. You don't have to remember some crazy thing and copy it over or whatever. You could just tell it to your friend across the room, or type it in. It's really easy to get your account and your wallet address. So that's definitely something that's beneficial for Pascal coin. If you go over here to their GitHub, you can get a little more information about that, and it says that the average block time is 5 minutes. So there's 288 blocks per day, and about 100,000 blocks per year. And let's see here, where's the reward? The initial reward per block mined is 100 Pascal coins per block, and this value will be divided by 2 every 400,000 blocks, so about 4 years. So the reward will be to 50 and then 25 and etc. until it reaches 1 Pascal coin per block. So after block 2 million and after block 2,943,000, about 32 years, the block reward will remain a constant 1 Pascal coin. So, that can kind of give you an idea of what the inflation rate will end up being over time. But as for now, that's not too bad. So that means that if there is, let's see, how many is there in a year? Okay, so if there's about 105,000 Pascal in a year, 105,000 blocks in a year, and you times that by the 100 that the 100 Pascal coins per block that we're seeing for the first 4 years, then you get 10 million Pascal coins by the end of, next, from its release date till a year from then. So sometime this time next year, we'll have about 10 million Pascal coins, which is a pretty slow inflation rate, which is good for the scarcity concept will really help with that. This GitHub has some pretty good information about it too. So let's see. Let me look at my notes here real quick. Available supply. Another thing to look at would be the hash rate. If you're consistently checking up on the hash rate, then you can kind of get an idea of the network difficulty and whether people are going to keep mining it at that, and those are good, like more long-term variables in where the price may go. So that's something to keep an eye on. But let's get actually into trading it. So when I got on Poloniex yesterday and saw that there's a new coin added, I got on and I was like, oh, hey, huge downtrend, like, wow, it just dumped off. And this is generally what happens when a coin gets first added into Poloniex, is it starts up way overpriced and then dumps down from there. So if you have your zoom right here on the bottom, if you have your zoom set all the way to the left, you can't even see really what's going on in this coin. So I like to take this little first dump off out of the way and find where it bottoms first. So here's our first little bottom that happened in Pascal, and that's at 0.0001086 Bitcoin. And it kind of started to uptrend from there. And I bought my Pascal coin yesterday at 0.0003 Bitcoin per Pasc. And I woke up today and I was like, oh no, I'm not really making any money yet. Like, what's up with that? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. But I was just like, I better hold on to this. I didn't invest a lot. It was my other account. And I was like, I might as well just hold on to this and see where it goes. And I'm very glad I did, because it pumped clear up. We had, we're seeing 247% gains in 24 hours. So that's a huge amount of profit potential that you can be capitalizing on. Now, you should probably understand that it's hard to determine exactly where the value will go. Volume's a pretty good indicator. If there's a lot of volume, odds are it will probably keep going up. That means there's a lot of interest in it, a lot of people using it, and it will probably go up. And I had seen that there was some significant volume around here. So that's one of the reasons I held on, even though I was losing a little bit of money all through here. And, earlier today, I came over, let me just get a little bit of a different idea on the price here. It was about right here. This is what I was looking at, and I was like, hey, this coin properly tested a fib level here. And it looked like it tested its 38 right here. So I was like, I'm going to hold this. I have a feeling that was a good time to be buying. It was all along right here. And sure enough, we saw this huge increase, just a ridiculous increase. It went up to 0.001 Bitcoin per Pascal. And, that's nice. That's good movement. I love to see this type of movement in these markets. And one of the things that I like to do when I'm trading, a market that has a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Uncertainty. Because this market has a lot of uncertainty right now. It's new, just got added. So people, the troll box is just like, whoa, how high will Pascal go? They're curious. They want to know. And to be honest, you can't know how high Pascal is going to go. I don't care who you are, you won't know exactly where Pascalcoin is going to go because it was just added and there isn't enough price history to really use indicators to get a good idea. But with a certain technique of trading that I'm about to show you, you can make really good money off these pumps. And I don't think this is just a pump and dump, but it could be. So we'll see in the next, 2 weeks at where the price is at from there. But right now, it's looking like it actually might stick around. So, yeah, here's my trading strategy. As soon as I see a breakout and a bottom, so here was my first big signal. When it came down when it came down from this huge dump and just finally bottomed right here. This was my first big signal. My next big signal was, oh, come on, Poloniex lag. Too many people trading Pascalcoin. Well, there's no such thing as too many people trading. Anyways, so this was my next big, sign that it was going to do something nice, is the fact that it came over like this and volume increase. Look at these volume bars. Just bam, 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 bam. And the volume, if you don't know, is the gray in the background of the candlesticks. So we see these volume increases, and that was my first real signal. So that's why I wasn't too concerned that I was buying up right here, because it looked like it was starting to make an uptrend formation. Then it came down and tested its first little fib level here. This is the 38% Fibonacci level, and that's a really good signal on uptrends. And then I did not see any down support. I saw no down support. It was trying to go down a little bit, but not really much. So this is kind of the first little indecision phase in the market. This usually happens in the first day when the new coin is added. It's like, oh, I might go up. I don't know. But it's been channeling in between this 23 and this 0% level. And that's what I was really looking at, is the fact that it had a nice channel and pretty good continuous up support. So that's when I really decided to hop over to my friend's account that I help him trade and put a significant chunk of money into it. And I'm glad I did. But what I did was I bought in 0.5 Bitcoin. So, a few $100s I bought in right here. And as soon as I saw this spike up, I knew that I had to wait for a resistance level. So with these coins, the resistance level is really hard to predict because, like I said, there's not a lot of price movement yet. So as soon as it looked like it was starting to kind of peak out, I sold. So I sold most of my position right here. Do not sell all of your position when you're trading these coins. And then I went ahead and I bought in some more right here because it looked like it was, coming down a little bit. So I thought, hey, buy opportunity. This is clearly a little breakout in value. So I went ahead and I bought some more. And come on, Poloniex. And then I sold out somewhere around here. So I sold out most of it somewhere around here, like 90% of my position. And it wasn't up here. I didn't sell out at the peak. I wasn't, I didn't nail the trade perfectly, but I sold out most of it right here. And that was good profit. It's just been kind of playing around in this area. I could have made a lot more profit, but profit is good profit, you know, period. If it's profit, it's good. So I made pretty good gains coming up through, this area right here. And now we saw, this huge spike up, this wick up right here. So a lot of people getting out of the market, and it kind of came down and tested this 38 a little bit, started to pump up a bit from here, but this is what I think is going to happen in the next little while for Pascal coin. It is either going to come down and test this fib level better, since it just kind of tested it, this 38% at 0.0005 Bitcoin, or it's just going to break above this 0.00749 Bitcoin, and that's when I'd start buying again, because that would prove to me that it didn't, the pump isn't over if it goes above that level right there. So that's what I'm keeping an eye out for in Pascal coin, is that it goes above this level. But basically the concept is you buy in and then you set sell orders all the way up, and you make it so that you're selling more and more Pascal the higher in value you set. So you just come right here, say I had some Pascal coin to sell, and I bought in at 0.0001. I would say okay, and I had 100 of them. I'd say I'll sell 10 Pascal coin at 0.002, and then I'll sell 20 Pascal coin at 0.003, and then I'll sell 30 Pascal coin at 0.004, and then I'll sell 40 Pascal coin at 0.005. And you get the idea. You just type in that and press sell, 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 and you'll have all of your sell orders set up. And as it runs up, you'll slowly be closing your positions, executing those orders, and it will just continually make you profit on the way up. And that way you're not just guessing like, oh, what will Pascal coin hit? It's just continuous. It's just continuous profits, and it's pretty reliable. So, this type of day trading, new coin added, where there's a ton of volatility like this, you have to really be cautious, because volatility can make you or break you. So you have to really be cautious and watch the markets. Make sure it doesn't look like it's going to dump off so hard, that you lost. If I bought 100 Pascal coin right here and it started to dump off like to right here, I would hold. If it started to dump off to where it broke out of, I would close my position. But that's my personal trading style. And this is how I did it. And like I said, I made money trading it today. It almost looks like I'm going to go ahead and buy some here. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, this coin is looking pretty good right now. So, let me check my list here. Oh yeah, I would not focus on the troll box so much during these times, because they're all talking about pump and dump and pump and dump, and they're just trying to hype and FUD and make you panic sell, and never panic sell, never panic buy, and never panic sell. So it's really good to kind of not pay attention to it unless you're just talking with somebody, but I would not be listening to the advice on there. Okay, looks like my buy signal is about to happen in front of me. Yep. Okay, we broke out of that level, so that's 785. Let's go ahead and buy 17 Pascal at 778. 778. Okay. Oop, I have to press this one more time. 778. Okay. Now if it kind of comes down, and usually I like to set it a little bit lower than what it's actually at, because these, there's enough volatility that these candlesticks have a lot of up and down movement, and if it comes down to my set buy price, then see, my order was fulfilled. I have 16 Pascal, and basically now all I'm waiting is for it either to dump off below this level and come test its 38, which for me I'm going to buy more, but if you're just day trading this, then I would go ahead and sell out if it broke below this candlestick you bought in at. So if it comes down below this area, then I would sell out. But that's also my personal trading style. So we're seeing some little increased volume bars here. Now I want it to break above this. I want it to break above this 0.00082, excuse me, level. And if it indeed does do that, then I will be waiting to sell out. But let me show you a little trick I like to do. So if there's kind of uncertainty in where the coin is going right now, and you're day trading, because this is all day trading techniques, to be clear. I'll talk a little bit about long-term stuff here in a second. But so here's what I'm gonna do. Since my entry price was my trades 778, I'm gonna go ahead and do a sell for 1 Pascal at 0.0008181, so 0.0008181, and I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 Pascal coin for sell at that. So now, as you can see in my open orders, I will be selling 1 Pascal coin at that level. Now let's go ahead and switch that to 2 Pascal coin and come up to this range, and I'm just gonna go up about 600 Satoshi. So about 6,000 Satoshi. So that would be 8.6. Put my 6 right here and sell 2 Pascal at 6. And then let's come up a little bit higher. We'll go with 8.9. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm just setting it up so that I make sells at profit as it goes up. 8.9. Go ahead and switch this to 4. I like to just kind of double it up. And a lot of traders actually like to do it the other way around, where they put the majority in at their first expected sell point, and then they lower the amount of Pascal or whatever coin you're trading as it goes up, so that they can just ensure more profit in case it doesn't go up that high. But in my opinion, this coin isn't done running yet. I feel like we're probably going to see gains upwards of 340% today, purely because of volume. All right, now let's just keep going on our little Pascal train here. Now I'm not going to increase it double again. I'm just going to go to 6, so I'm adding 2, and that will be at the exact 9 range. So that's when it hits 0.0009. So I'll be selling 6 Pascal at 0.009. And then I'm going to sell, I'm going to sell 2.7096917. That's just to make it so I have an even 1 Pascal left. If it hits this and actually fulfills my order, and that will be at 0.001 Bitcoin. So, and this is just an example, guys. Usually you'll want to be doing most of this type of trading that I'm doing right now, where you set your sell orders along the way up when it's, you know, back here, when it's in the channeling range. That's the most profitable way to do it, because you can just keep going up from there, you know. Alright. But I'll still probably make money off of this if it goes as planned. Unless we see just this huge dump off, you know, I'll still probably make money off of this. Alright, so now I just left 1 Pascal coin just so that I can hold long term. You know, even if it goes crazy high or whatever, then I can hold that long term. But this chart pattern isn't looking too bad to me, and you know, it would not surprise me if it breaks its recent high. So that's personally how I go about trading new coins on Poloniex, and how I've been trading Pascalcoin today and making pretty good gains. One thing to take note of is if all of your open orders are set like this, then if Pascalcoin does indeed start to dump and you don't want to lose a lot of the Bitcoin that you have in it, a lot of the value in Bitcoin that you have in it, you do have to come manually close all these orders. You can't set a stop loss with this specific trading style. So keep that in mind. You'll want to you know, watch it closely. But this is a day trading technique, so that means that you'll probably be watching the coin, you know, for the most part, anyways. Now, honestly, it's probably not a good idea to set too many sell orders. Like, I recommend keeping about 20 or 30% of your total Pascal just in case, so that you can set a stop limit of some of it, so that you minimize your loss on that. And oh, one last thing. I wanted to say that it's actually a pretty good idea to go ahead and download, go ahead and download the Pascal wallet, or just any coin that's, you know, added to Poloniex. Go ahead and download their wallet, see how it looks. I'm running a node right now. It's just good to check on, you know, the software that's actually running this, and, you know, kind of get an idea of whether it's a quality build. You know, this is just obviously build 1.4.2, so this is an early development of their software and their wallet, but it's a good, you know, it's a good thing to kind of see if it looks nice and functions properly and isn't full of errors. And this one looks like it's pretty good. So that's another thing that I try and do, you know, is make sure that their actual software is functioning well. Because if it is, then that's just another plus for that cryptocurrency and another reason it could keep going up in value. Like, so, well, that is everything for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. Happy trading. Stay profitable. And thanks for watching.